of experience in IT industry. All my experience relevant to integration projects. Mainly, I used to work with Bistock server tool. Um, so nowadays, the Bistock applications are getting migrated to mainly using the Azure Logic app and other Azure services. So that's the reason I just want to upskill myself. So I recently relieved from the company called Sonata Software in Chennai. So I just want to take some time off, and after that have to start search for a job. So now I think I can look specific to this particular Azure related opportunities, so that it can be useful for the future of my career. So basically, I'm expecting. I just gone through the theoretical uh, things about Azure Logic Apps, so I can correlate a few things long before I just did few sample projects, but that was 4 to 5 years before. So I just want to connect the dots like um, by using some real time, creating some real time projects. By using that, I can able to connect the dots like different Azure services also, by using the Logic app, connecting with different services, so that I will get some basic understanding, and I can try any migration project which uh, allows from Bistock to Azure. That's my expectation.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good, Satya. So just coming to my part, I'm having close to eight plus years of industry experience, and whole of my industry experience is on Azure Cloud with the PaaS services basically. I've handled a couple of integration projects for enterprise IT, with the some SAP finance with various domains buildings domain and enterprise IT, finance, and all these things. So yeah, so this is it about me. So I mean, I'll just tell you how the things work. Okay.
Okay.
So we will. I mean, I hope that I mean I understand that you have some basic idea on portal Azure portal, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, currently with the other guy, his name is Ashok. So with him, I'm just taking whole of basics. So probably you can just one. I mean, couple of classes we have conducted. So you can just go through if there are recordings. There Ganesh can provide you. Okay,
Sure. Yeah.
and like how the course structure will be there, I'll tell you. So it's like generally I take 20 to 22 working days of course. Okay, so
Okay.
here what we'll generally cover is I'll make sure that at least you're familiar with all of the other topics. Okay, at least used in the integrations. Okay. So when we use an integration, the first thing what we comes in mind is Azure Logic Apps, right? And Azure Functions. Okay. And
Yeah.
apart from this, also there are certain other components which are widely or heavily relied upon is Azure API, and that is API management.
Okay.
Okay, and also there are like other supporting services like Service Bus Queue. Okay, and your database, your key vaults and storage accounts. So we'll just get in like look in deep on these things eventually. Okay.
Sure.
So this is how things will be there, and inside like probably I mean I'm sure that you are aware of other API, not API, general APIs, right? APIs and all these things.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And also, I would expect that if it is really good that you have a Azure subscription at least on a trial basis.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so it'll like why it'll help is basically you can just go through these things and you can do stuff on your own if required there. Okay, so that's the only
Sure.
reason why I'm expecting to have Azure stuff. Okay,
Okay.
okay. I mean, for today, I mean, this is what how the things are going to be. Okay, and you can just ping me if you have any doubts regarding your interviews or anything. I'll be happy to help on that part as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, so I mean, and also we'll just have touch base on the data factories and stuff. So given that we'll try to have much as real-time examples for logic apps, okay? But API and data factories are a bit of costly resources, so I just want to burden myself here by creating those resources. But we'll try, and we will if all people are there, we I can just show you some demos on APIM as well. Okay. Um,
Okay.
so I'll let you I'll tell you what is that actually when we get there. Okay. So for now, I just want you to understand. So you know the concept of SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, to reiterate on this, I mean, we'll just get
Mm.
started on the basics of cloud first. Okay. So,
Okay.
so I mean, I'm sure that you'll be knowing these things, but just to reiterate, okay. So,
Yeah.
as we know that for an application to run, what things we need, right? If we are doing some application, what things we might need. So you can just tell on that.
Uh, On-premise or cloud related or basically generally?
Any application.
So basically, to run an application, there should be some uh, like inbound system and outbound system should be there.
Hmm.
It should be intact with, else it will be like a tool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And yeah.
So basically, when you train inbound and outbound system, basically your inbound system will be this your server where your applications are hosted, right? Be it on-prem or cloud, right? And outbound
Yes.
is generally considered as a caller application, which calls this particular inbound system, correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, it all started with on-premises. We all know that, correct?
Yes.
So when it was just on-premises, we had everything managed by ourselves, right? So you used to manage your applications, you used to manage your data, you used to manage your servers, you used to manage your OS, everything by on your own, and also your server racks used to be maintained by you only, right? In on-premises.
Yes.
But then eventually people just didn't want to maintain all this infra due to other overhead costs. So there is something called capex and opex. So you need more of a capex also while going for a on-premises system, right? You had to more of capital investments also were there. Correct. So
Yes.
then people
Yeah.
start, let's not focus much on capex, let's just focus on the opex. We'll just pay you for the operations and we'll not have any much capital invested. So this is when cloud providers pitched in and they told that, okay, boss, we are okay. In that case, you don't focus on your capex. Fine. I'm going to give you my system. Okay. So that's when they provided three types of systems. So one is infrastructure as a service. Okay. When infrastructure as a service came, people were expected that you get most of the things, but we'll manage the servers only, right? In the infrastructure as a service. So
Okay.
we are managing the service. I'm just done with my like I'm just done that. You are as a cloud provider, you will manage all the servers and stuff. I'll manage my OS. I'll manage my database licensing, and I'll manage my applications. Everything I'll be managing it. Correct.
Yes.
So here also people. I mean, it was good, but it was good when people wanted more security, right? Application wise and all these things. Then eventually what happens is again people were like, okay, it's good, but again I have some of the capex here, right? I am managing my OS at the end of the day. I'm managing my database also. Just give me a moment, someone is at the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry for that.
No
Um,
problem.
then what happened is people just tell that okay, I still don't want to spend much on the capex, right? I'll just focus on the operations. So that's when they moved to platform as a service, where the cloud provider told that I'll give whole of the platform only. You just manage your application and data whatever you have. Okay, so this is where
Okay.
IaaS and PaaS was born. Okay, and there is one more
Mm,
service called SaaS. So SaaS is a software as a service.
mm, mm, mm.
Okay,
Okay.
so SaaS means everything is managed by the cloud, like a whole software is given to you. For example, your Google Photos or your O365. These are the very good example for SaaS applications.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now with these things, so this is how your cloud was born, right? And in that thing, other additional services were created. Okay, so I'll just send you one link for the SPAS and stuff. Okay, so and after this, now we will be focusing more on Azure, right? So
Mm,
with Azure in place, Azure is a cloud provider by the Microsoft. Okay,
yeah.
so so you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
So this is how your Azure looks like. So first thing when we tell about Azure is first thing when we go ahead and create something, we are assigned a subscription. Okay.
Okay.
So above subscription, there is a tenant. It's like a parent. Okay. For example,
Yeah.
Microsoft is a big tenant, or Google is a big tenant, or if I'm owning company Reliance is a big tenant. Inside Reliance, there is multiple sub-tenants, right? There might be Reliance
Mm,
Industries, there might be Reliance Petrol, there must be Reliance Telecom, Power, and all these are categorized as subscriptions. Okay, just think it that way. And
okay.
subscription is an entrance to your cloud. Okay, so it's basically like you are subscribed to it and you can access the services in it. So there are multiple different types of services. Okay, so one is your uh, pay as you go. Generally, it's a pay as you go. So I'm having some fixed billing for some 10,000 per month, but general pay as you go is like you use the service and that much amount will be deducted from your credit card or at the annual billing cycle or a monthly billing cycle. Okay.
Okay.
And once we have the service group, next thing what we need to do is it's a resource group. So resource group is nothing. Before resource group, everything inside Azure is known as resources. Okay. So inside
Okay.
Azure, everything is known as resources. Like every item what we create is known as a resources. Okay. For example, when I go ahead and create a resource, there are multiple things. If you go for a compute, okay, so compute they have VM and all these things. Okay, so for example, database. Okay, so if I just go to database, there are multiple different types of databases here. So everything Azure has. Okay, so these are all
Okay.
resources in technical terms. Okay.
Mm,
Now, these multiple resources need to be put in one bucket or one box. You can think it as one box. Okay. So that's where resource group comes into place.
okay.
Okay, so this is the concept of Azure. Okay, and now for today, like how we have a logic, like why this logic app and all these things. So now we are wondering. Okay, so before logic app, there was something called like there is still something called app service. Okay, so app service is like a proper. They give a server to you. You just deploy your code into that app service. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like you write some code in .NET, Java, or Python or anything, you deploy that code. Okay, all the DLLs. You know the concept of DLLs, right? DLLs,
Yes.
the
Yes.
libraries and all these things. So this is
Yeah.
deployed into that particular server and your application is running on the server. Okay, very simple terms. Okay. Now what
Okay.
happens is there are some sort of jobs or anything where you don't need a dedicated server for you. Okay, for example, I'm just giving a simple task where you are running, you are HR and you
Mm,
want to trigger a mail chain to all the people in your particular business unit on that, these many people have their birthday and wishing them. Okay, this is a very good integration example. Okay, now
okay.
what you do is if you can do, you can do it with the server. I mean, they have their APIs and SDKs exposed. You can just get it from the, like, you can just create one job kind of function in your server, and you can daily morning 8 a.m. it will trigger, and it will go to database, fetch people with on that particular birthday, get it and send a mail. Okay, this is a proper
Correct.
example. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now what has happened is, do I really need a dead all-time running server for it? It's a waste of money, right?
Yeah.
So that's when concept came up, serverless as a service. So when I mean serverless as a service, from a pool of service, there is like a pool of service. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so
Okay. Here you mentioned about data server means like deploying the .NET
mm-hmm,
codes,
mm-hmm.
right? Uh, so where is that place?
That is app service, web app or app service.
Web app service. Okay.
Yes,
So it's in
app
cloud, right?
service. Sorry, it's a cloud service only, cloud service. So this is how it will look like, app service, web app.
Okay.
So here you just create one service, you select which programming language you are going to choose, and you deploy the application. So these are the
So
programming language supported here in that.
okay. So
Okay.
the uses of this app services like DLL, the set of precompiled codes will be here,
Yes.
and we can use it within the Logic app. Is that
No. So
correct?
Logic App is totally different from this. Okay. So this is just the app service. This is one type of service.
Okay.
Okay. So like it's a website, something
Website.
like a
Okay.
website.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So now, as I told you, things are going on smooth here, but
Also,
it is that.
uh,
Mhm.
sorry. Uh,
Yeah,
we
go
can.
ahead.
So let's. So can we connect the app service with the Logic apps?
Yes,
Like any
yes,
integration we can
yes,
establish,
yes.
right?
We
Okay.
will. I'll tell you about that when we are there. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
So
Yeah. 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 Just understanding where
yes,
the
no,
pieces
those
are.
facilities
Yeah.
are there. Basically,
Yeah.
when I'm in further classes and I'm telling you on the logic app details, I'll tell you more on that particular part. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
So,
Yeah.
so now this is app service. Now, when I'm telling app service, so how it was, you have a dedicated, let me just call it as a server. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just me open. Okay. This is better. So, okay, so imagine this as a server and your app service. Okay, so here you have your applications deployed, right? Your application deployed. So,
Okay.
so this is my application inside the server. Okay, this is my code inside this particular server. Now I'm paying for whole of the servers, correct?
Yeah.
So now, as I explained you, for one small job, like it runs every day 8 a.m. Okay, I don't need a dedicated server for this.
Correct.
It's just a waste of things, right? So that's
Yes.
when
Pay as per
what
use.
yes. So that's when what we they have come is, they have like a server rack. Okay, inside this they have many disk servers. Okay, just imagine it in this way.
Okay.
Okay, so just imagine a server rack with multiple servers. Hmm. So now what will happen is, whenever you want your application to run, okay, so this application is basically running at a 8 a.m. job, right? So
Hmm.
here what we'll do, when at 8 a.m. Your job is executed from the server, it just allocates something. Okay, this server is for you now. Okay, you do your job, whatever the job is there, like triggering a mail at 8 a.m. Okay, once this is done, the server is going back over here. Okay, so this is a
Okay.
serverless as a service. I mean, so with this concept, they introduced two new services. One is Logic App and one is Functions. Okay,
Okay.
so function is a low code service, like not low code, sorry, full code. Like basically, you write your code, how you deploy application. No, similarly, you do the things. Okay, and deploy. it has many connectors. Like with respect to Azure only, it has multiple connectors, like your DB connector or a service bus connector or something like that. Okay. So, but here, someone is expected, the writing function is someone is expected to know the functions, like know the coding, C sharp, Java, or anything. Okay. So now, what about people who don't know any coding? For them, there is something called a Logic App. So Logic App is a low code platform. So where you don't have to code much. I mean, coding is there, but I mean, logic writing is there, but you don't have to code much of the syntax and all these things. Okay, so that's the Logic
Okay.
App. So it has n number of connectors. It has the advantage of Logic App is generally for integrations and all these things where you need to connect to different systems altogether. For example, your BizTalk server or
Correct.
SAP, okay, or probably some other server or some other third party APIs or I mean URLs. So these things and all you need to connect. So then Logic App is the best one. Okay, so it's a low code thing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So with now when we are going to start Logic App from the next class, right? So we will be seeing different types first of how the things are like. Now we'll start with the Logic App in the next class, and once Logic App is there, we are in Logic App. There are multiple things with the different connectors. Okay. When we are doing this, we will explore other services of Azure, like a storage account. Okay, where you have stored some images or some JSON files or some Excel. You need to perform some logic on this. So storage account is where we store generally data inside Azure, okay? Or there is something called key vault where all your secrets are stored. Basically, when you're calling some APIs, you don't want secrets to be exposed to the outer world, right? You don't want to store it somewhere.
Correct.
So that's where we use key vault. Okay. So and now also we'll be looking on to identity because basically these are two different services. When two different services are communicating with each other, there needs to be some protocol, right? There used to be some
Yeah.
identity managed inside. So we look into managed identity as well. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So these are the things which we will be going to cover, and probably we can just get started at 8 p.m. only. So I sometimes finish my call and join, so 10-15 minutes here and there. Okay, so that's going to be the plan for next 25 days. Okay,
Okay. How long the call would
I
be?
mean 40-45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
Yep,
Monday to Friday, right?
yep. I'll if probably something goes wrong, like I'm not able to attend or anything, I'll just let you know beforehand on because sometimes my call gets extended or any issues in production and all. I'll probably sometimes might have to skip it, but I'll let you know beforehand only that I'll not be
Sure.
able to attend these things. Okay, I'll just let you know through Ganesh. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Sure. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Dilip. Devi Prasanna from this side. So today
Yeah.
is my
Hi.
first class,
Mm-hmm.
and today I joined. So I
Okay.
just want to know what will be the duration of this class and what will be the level of things you are going to taught us. So
Okay.
I have experience on the logic apps. I have some
Mm-hmm.
basic understanding, not basic. I'm good at this logic apps,
Mm-hmm.
and I have little bit understanding on Azure functions.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to explore more on the Azure Service Bus, there are many things like idempotency, and then there are some dead letter queue, how we can configure it. And I just want not in a basic and intermediate level. I
Mm-hmm.
just want in a practical and how we can implement in a enterprise grade level,
Mm-hmm.
and how we in the real time, like how we are doing in the how we are using the error logs, maybe you are logging those errors on the table or sending those in the emails, or there are some application insights are there, like how we are
Mm-hmm.
displaying those errors. So I just want
Okay.
to it should be in a higher level, not in the
Okay.
beginners or intermediate level. So can
Mm-hmm.
you a little bit explain me how this course is designed, and what will be the
So,
duration, and what will the level of teaching you are
okay,
going to
so
provide me and this
yeah,
training?
sure thing. I mean, see, this is most of like a beginner to intermediate course because there is one more guy called Ashok, so he will be also joining. So for this course, it's more of beginner from beginner to intermediate role because someone with no experience of Azure to having some experience of Azure. and they want to understand this logic apps and all how this world with real world examples. As you suggested, for you, it's more of a advanced level courses on details of with these things.
Yeah,
So
how
I'll
we are doing error
mhm,
level 6. Yeah.
yeah.
So I just want like
So
how, because I have little bit understanding of a logic as, because like if you know, like I have worked more on the Power Automate flows,
mm-hmm.
and those two are similar.
Yep.
Here we are,
Yes.
there we are hosting in Office 365, and here
Correct.
the Azure hosting is here.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
am good at Power Automate flows, and I
Mm-hmm.
have done couple of integrations. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm just moving to Azure to understanding this
Mm-hmm.
Azure integration services. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
little bit, I have like intermediate understanding on Azure functions, and
Mm-hmm.
I am good at, I can say like as I am good at Power Automate, I am saying like I'm good at Logic Apps. So I'm
Yep.
exploring more on event grid and how Azure
Okay.
Service Bus configuration, like there are some idempotency or something is there, and then how we can configure the dead letter queue, and then
Mm-hmm.
how we can process it when it's not like after the process and something like that. So those are the things I am requiring. So is that is
Mm-hmm.
like yeah. Means like generally in the real time scenario, how we are designing the
Yes.
things and how we are
Mm-hmm.
implementing the things that I just did it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, that's what I told you, right? I mean, I can just speak to Ganesh on this. He can get touch because for this course, it's more of like, as on my personal opinion, this is more of like you will be on bit on higher side when I'm with Satya and Ashok here, because both are with very beginners. I mean, Satya is at one level above and Ashok is completely beginner to this. So we will like go from the basics there. So that's why. Anyways, I can speak to Ganesh and we can plan something for you if possible. Okay.
Okay. Means I have actually I have implemented this logic amp function,
Yep.
but
Mm-hmm.
really if I'll say like some of the basic things, how storage account and other things, I don't have understanding, but like I have like practical exposure on something on logic apps and Azure functions. So I just
Okay.
want to deep dive into the Azure integration services.
Okay.
Somehow in the
Mm-hmm.
little bit basic, then if you jump to the higher level, I can catch that
Mm-hmm.
speed and we can process if you want.
That would be better ideal scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, Satya, you have any questions?
Uh, yeah, so I'm also expecting like to troubleshoot the logic app, like whenever an issue arise.
Yep.
So we are covering all those parts, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. That things we are covering, because basically, inside Logic app, right? The advantage is you have the run histories, and with the any logic integration where it fails, you can get to know all these things. But on the detail level, probably the logging and all these things, we will cover, like sending it to AI. I mean, application insights or logbook or anywhere. Okay, so these things we'll just
Okay.
check, and also when service bus is like a messaging queue. Okay, so here there are different types of things like queues, topics, and all these things, like a pubs of basically architecture. So in integration, it will be important because there will be multiple systems sending some messages and all these things. So generally, what architecture integration architecture is followed is they put a message into the queue so that messages are not lost, because system processes multiple things at single point, and there might be a possibility that things might go at loss sometimes. So that's why this messaging architecture is coming into place. Okay, but yeah, eventually you'll get to know explore much of services. But yeah, as I told, you'll be requiring the subscription. So they have this free credits one, so you can just try with that. Okay.
So I will get ready by
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah. Sure then. I mean, Devi Prasad, then, you can just contact Ganesh on how things will be there. I'll also talk to him. Okay. Um,
Yeah, I'll speak to
Yeah,
Devi
that
Prasad.
will be
yep.
great.
Sure. Okay. Sure then. Let's catch up on Monday then. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dilip.
thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yep.
Ganesh.
Bye.
Thank you, Devi.
Bye.
Thanks for your time.